All right, let's dive right into this explainer and tackle literally one of the most stressful travel scenarios imaginable. You finally step off the plane, head down to baggage claim, and watch the carousel go round and round until it stops completely empty. Yeah, we've all been there, or at least dreaded it. But today, we're going to transform you from a panicked passenger into a totally empowered traveler. We'll break down exactly how to handle a delayed baggage claim with Alaska Airlines so you get your stuff back and the compensation you're legally owed.
Seriously, imagine landing at your absolute dream destination, only to discover your bags didn't make the journey with you. Honestly, it's a completely valid reason to feel a massive wave of anxiety. But hey, don't panic. Take a deep breath. In just a few easy steps, you can navigate Alaska Airlines' process to recover your belongings as quickly as possible, and, just as importantly, get properly compensated for the headache.
So here's our game plan for today. Immediate actions at the airport, contacting Alaska Airlines, understanding your actual baggage rights, tracking and documenting everything, filing that final claim, and finally, preventing future baggage headaches. Let's start with Section 1, Immediate Actions at the Airport.
The exact second you realize your bag is missing, the clock starts ticking. Time is absolutely of the essence here. Step 1, do not leave the airport. I repeat, do not walk out of that secure arrivals terminal. Exiting without filing a formal report severely hurts your chances of proving the airline actually lost your luggage while they had it. You need to immediately find the physical Alaska Airlines baggage service office. They're usually right near the carousels. Once you're there, you're going to file what's called a Property Irregularity Report, or a PIR. Now, this is basically the holy grail of your baggage claim because it generates a unique 10-character file ID. Guard this file ID with your life, okay? It's your golden ticket for literally everything that follows.
Moving on to Section 2, contacting Alaska Airlines when local offices are closed.
So what happens if you're at a smaller regional airport, or maybe it's the middle of the night and that baggage service office is completely dark? Well, the most crucial thing to remember is you have to exhaust every single avenue before your window closes. Alaska Airlines requires you to officially report the delay in person within 24 hours of your flight landing. If that local baggage office is closed, grab your stuff and march right up to the main departure ticket counter to find an agent. If the whole airport is a ghost town, grab your phone and immediately call their support line at 1-855-321-3294 or their central baggage number. Whatever you do, do not let that strict 24-hour reporting deadline pass you by, or your claim is almost certainly going to be denied outright.
Next up, Section 3, understanding your baggage rights, or basically knowing exactly what you're owed. Okay, now that we've handled the immediate triage part, let's talk about something a bit more exciting. First up, the number 20. Did you know Alaska Airlines actually has an incredible 20-minute baggage guarantee? It's true. If your bags aren't at the baggage claim within 20 minutes of your plane arriving at the gate, you're entitled to either a $25 discount code for future travel or 2,500 mileage plan bonus miles. But here's the catch, guys. It's not automatic. You actually have to claim it, usually in person right there at the baggage office, or by contacting customer service within 2 hours of your flight's arrival. Make sure you get what you're owed.
Now, let's look at this maximum liability limit. For domestic U.S. flights, under Department of Transportation regulations, airlines are on the hook for up to $4,700 per ticketed passenger for lost, damaged, or delayed baggage. I mean, that is a massive amount of financial protection. It's specifically designed to cover the fair market value of your belongings, plus any reasonable, verifiable expenses you have to pay out of pocket while your bag is MIA. However, it's absolutely vital to know that your destination changes the rules here. That huge $4,700 limit, that's strictly for domestic U.S. flights. If you're flying internationally, your rights are governed by a totally different treaty called the Montreal Convention. Under this convention, liability is capped at 1,519 special drawing rights, which right now translates to roughly $1,950 US. So the financial stakes really depend entirely on where your plane landed.
All right, on to Section 4. Tracking and documenting everything to protect your wallet. Picture this. You're finally at your hotel, you have literally no clothes, and you desperately need to know what's happening. The good news is, Alaska Airlines uses some pretty solid modern travel tech to keep you in the loop. You can monitor your bag's recovery progress through their online portal, which is powered by NetTracer. Just punch in your last name and that golden 10-character file ID we talked about earlier. Or, if you happen to use one of Alaska's supported electronic bag tags, you can actually check their mobile app to see the electronic records of exactly when and where your bag was last scanned. And hey, if all else fails, just call Central Baggage directly at 1-877-815-8253.
Now, while you're waiting for your stuff, you're obviously going to need to buy some essentials. So here is an exclusive pro tip checklist for you. You must keep and realistically photograph every single receipt. What can you claim? Think reasonable essentials. Toiletries, underwear, a quick change of clothes, maybe a phone charger. But what can you not claim? Please don't try to claim a 5-star luxury hotel stay, expensive souvenirs, jewelry, or high-end electronics. The airline just won't cover them. And here's a fantastic DOT rule you really need to know. Airlines cannot impose arbitrary fixed daily caps. They can't just say, oh, we're only giving you $50 a day. If you absolutely need a $100 winter coat because you landed in a blizzard and your bag is missing, that is considered a reasonable expense they have to cover.
Let's move on to Section 5, filing your final claim and seeking a long-term resolution.
So what happens if days turn into weeks and your bag is just irretrievably missing? Let's walk through this timeline together so you can mentally prepare for the long haul. Like we established, you've got 24 hours to report the delay at the airport. Now, if your bag isn't recovered within 21 days, it is officially and legally declared lost. And this is the point where the reimbursement phase truly kicks into high gear. You have up to 45 days from your actual travel date to submit your final statement of loss. Once you get that submitted, uncontested claims typically take about 4 to 6 weeks for the settlement to process.
To actually get your money back, you're going to have to conquer the physical statement of loss form. It's definitely not just a quick little email you fire off. It's a pretty comprehensive legal document that Alaska uses to initiate a much deeper search and ultimately process your financial settlement.
When you actually look closely at the form, you'll notice it demands absolute precision. You can't just write a black suitcase full of clothes. No way. You have to provide a meticulous line-by-line inventory of every single missing item. We're talking the brand, the color, the material, the size, where and when you bought it, and the exact original purchase price. It even asks for your household's entire history of baggage claims with any airline. Accuracy here is absolutely paramount.
And I really want to draw your attention to a very specific, strict rule Alaska enforces on this paperwork. For any single item valued at $200 or more, you have to provide verification of value and ownership. Basically, this means you must attach clear copies of original receipts, invoices, or credit card statements. If you claim a $500 designer jacket but can't actually prove you bought it, that part of your claim is almost certainly going to be denied.
Okay, last but not least, Section 6. Preventing future baggage headaches with a proactive travel strategy.
Listen, having to fill out all that paperwork is exhausting just to think about, right? So let's transition from reactive crisis management to proactive travel strategy. Here are some rapid-fire pro tips for your very next trip. Always pack a 24-hour carry-on. Your important medications, phone chargers, and a fresh change of clothes should literally never leave your side. Second, drop an AirTag or a smart tracker into your checked luggage. It is the absolute ultimate peace of mind knowing exactly where your bag is, even if the airline has no clue. Third, think about using an airline-approved electronic bag tag to streamline your check-in. And finally, book your flights with a premium travel credit card. Cards with built-in baggage delay insurance can stack right on top of what the airline provides. It's basically your ultimate insurance policy against airline bureaucracy.
Now, before we officially wrap up, I need to mention this quick disclaimer. The travel industry is super dynamic, and both airline policies and DOT regulations can and definitely do change over time. While this explainer gives you a really powerful framework, always make sure to verify the most current limits, deadlines, and procedures directly on the Alaska Airlines website before you travel. So look how far we've come. We've gone from the sheer panic of staring at an empty carousel to deeply understanding your financial rights and exactly how to claim them. You are now fully armed with the knowledge of that 20-minute guarantee, the strict 24-hour reporting deadline, and that massive $4,700 liability limit. Which leaves me with just one final question for you. Now that you know exactly how the system works, are you really going to leave $4,700 on the table during your next travel mishap? Be proactive, know your rights, and travel with total confidence.